Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, it's overcast today. It's nice. I posted the picture of my front yard under the window, and it's looking much better. I'm very, very happy about that. It reminded me of when I was young, before I wised up, I had a couple small beauty shops, and I would clean them on Monday. And so, I got my yard straightened up, and it's like everything you do, I've been studying Madame Blavatsky. So, they're reincarnationists. So everything you do affects your future life. But everything you do, like habits you get when you're young and things you learn, affects your future. So, I would clean these beauty shops on Monday, the whole thing. But what happened was my dwellings and my possessions became so immense that I can't do that anymore. I think that's why people like the minimalism. But I did realize that my plants weren't getting enough water. So I was crazy, and I got water out of my filtered water in the refrigerator, and they're looking much better. So I just wanted to report that to you. Also, I got, my son always knows what to get me, which is crazy, because if somebody said to me, go buy yourself a special present, I wouldn't know what to get because I shop all the time. And he got me a book on Leonardo da Vinci, and, I'm reading, it's very interesting. And I'm looking at the pictures, and so one of the women, she has some little beads, almost identical to these. I'm sure hers are valuable. These are not. But I thought, wow, I have nothing but jewelry. So I added this with my, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, with my two crystals. And they were just the perfect length. And then, I sell these. If you can find these, they sell like crazy. So that's a note. Okay, so I was working a little bit on my food storage. One of the things that was so miserable when I moved was my food storage. And so that was just the topper. I already had a lot of stuff, and you would think I learned my lesson. And I have, sorta. So, some of the things I stockpiled was for desserts. So I have 13 desserts for you guys. Okay, I just discovered this cheesecake dump cake. You make a dump cake, but in between your pie filling and your crumble, you put soft cream cheese. I thought, oh yeah, that sounds really good. And I stockpiled pie filling. And when I moved, I lost my little square cake pans. Okay, chocolate cream pie. I used to love that when I was young. In fact, and it's cheap too. And if you get the ready whip, then you don't have to worry about whipped cream if you have the spray cans. Lemon cream pie. That's no, banana cream pie. Lemon pudding. Okay, now this I just discovered. Lemon pudding with shortbread cookies. And you put your lemon pudding, you take a little knife and put your lemon pudding on the shortbread cookies. That is so good, you guys. You got to try that. Some of these are new. Okay, now this is an oldie. Back in the day, people weren't lofty. It was lemon pudding, and you tear up, you buy those little square angel food cakes, and you tear that up and you put it in the pie filling. And then you let it set, and then you put whipped cream and toasted almonds. We used to have that at the baby showers. We didn't go buy cakes. No, we made our own cakes. Cake mix cookies. Everybody knows that. Or you just do a search. Pineapple upside down cake. Now they have the cake mix for that. Texas sheet cake. Okay, I have a good strawberry and banana jello. It's the little squares of sweetened strawberry. So you make your strawberry jello, and when it starts to set, then you add the strawberries and bananas. That is good. Okay, lemon meringue pies. Those are good. Haystack cookies. Those are easy. Oh, I used to make this. You guys have seen me that have been following me a long time. I would make a bundt cake, And then I would fill the middle with pudding and, you know, frosting on the top. That's good. Okay, monkey bread. That was from my mother-in-law. So that was good. Okay, so now life is good. Okay, so now this is about the shopping list. Okay, you have your stockpile, but if you don't have one, don't have a panic attack. Just buy a couple extra cans of vegetables or fruit when you have a little extra money. That's the best way to do it anyway. Then you don't get a bunch of junk. Like if you normally like peaches, just buy a couple of extra cans of peaches. There's a lot of activity out here in the parking lot. Okay, so you got your stockpile. So now I want to talk to you about my grocery list. So, okay, I generally buy chicken, hamburger, and bacon. And those are good because if you stockpile milk and a little flour, you can always make gravy if you have meat drippings. And I'm going to be making some homemade food this week, you know, of course, using my food. Maybe tonight I'm going to make the goulash if I don't forget the green peppers again. So chicken, hamburger, and bacon, those are the three meats. And I've been packing my freezer full of meat and bread. So, you know, chances are I will make some gravy and bread and and then potatoes, rice, beans, and I added bread to that. It used to just be potatoes, rice, and beans, okay? And then milk, butter, eggs, and cheese. I like those little 5-ounce, they have like little cubes, but thin for $1. And you're actually getting, if you buy two extra ounces, because generally cheese is 8 ounces for $2, and those 2 ounces can make you a nice batch of, let me see if I can find that. Oh, one of the things that I made that I really love was that macaroni and cheese soup. And I will give it to you if I can find it. My notes are, you know, well, I did a video recently on the macaroni and cheese soup. It was really good and it's really easy to make. It makes a lot. Let's see. You guys, I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. Oh. Okay, so then milk, that's something you want to stockpile. Butter, eggs, and cheese. Oh, okay, so now here's a list. This is like, once you get your stockpile, and you know, then some salad stuff is just about all you need. I wanted to mention about the last video, you know, I had my mother-in-law had that tiny house on her property all of her life until at the very end, you know, when everybody, you know, things went on and people said, oh, there's asbestos in the walls and stuff. They had been living in there for 100 years. My sister-in-law, God rest her soul, everyone's dead but me. Anyway, so she had that tiny house. So, you know, I think, like, my son has a bonus room, and I said, wow, maybe you should just convert it to a tiny house or garages. And then also, you know, I put the in the thumbnail of the last video, the tar and mesh repair for the roofs in case anybody gets a leak, you know. Stuff happens at the worst possible moment. And so the more stuff you know from your past, then the more, you know, stuff you can know in the future that's really going to help you and your family. Okay, now I want to talk to you about, okay, we just had a super spreader event, the Super Bowl. So we might have a massive outbreak of the COVID, so we have to be very careful. I've been wearing 3 masks. I can breathe fine through 3 masks. When I was helping with the baby, I had on 2 masks. I wasn't taking any chances. Okay, and another thing that I do is I try to eat as much lemon vinegar and balsamic vinaigrette dressing as I can. When I was a nursing student, I never worked as a nurse. So all that nursing I did for free, I probably got a lot of blessings, I would say. Plus I paid for it, which is more insane. But that's everything you do in the past comes to help your future. So we would be in these highly dangerous areas with like MRSA and every kind of thing. And the nurse told us, take a loading dose of vitamin C. And what that is, usually it's about 1,000 milligrams or 500 milligrams of vitamin C. And you know it's a loading dose when you get soft fecal matter or your BMs are soft. If your BMs are diarrhea, then you know you've taken too much. What works really good is vitamin water. We didn't have vitamin water. Another thing is, I was taking these nursing classes and the old-time nurses were talking to us, and then we're talking about contamination, and I said, my God, what did you do? And she goes, well, we held our breath. So don't ever forget that one either. Just these simple things. If you get a puncture wound, squeeze the blood out and pour alcohol on it. I mean, do everything to try to save yourself. Okay, one more thing. Okay, the conspiracy theorists are not done. We're supposed to have some kind of event sometime after the Super Bowl and between March 4th. So be prepared for something. I don't know what might possibly happen, but an event. I want all of my followers prepared for the event, like the events that never happen. But just in case, you guys, prepare. Make sure you have food and water. I mean, if you live in a car, make sure you have food and water and heat. I saw a pastor, and he was delivering, to the tent people, buddy heaters. So I think those are well worth securing one. I don't actually have one. They run on propane. Out here, they're $64, but I think that might be a good idea. Okay, you guys, now today I'm trying to work a little. I have bought nothing. I'm willing, but, they don't have anything that, I'm interested in. And then, I'm looking for markdowns and just cheap, good deals. The main thing I'm looking for this week is markdowns on oxtails, because I want to make Peach McIntyre's oxtails. Go to my Twitter and check it out. And then I want to give another shout out to the guy living in the car. He's doing all kinds of things trying to get followers. So let me give him one more shout out. If you have any interest in car living, go and check this out. Another thing, if you live in a car, everybody has their own input in living in a car. Morning pep talk living in my compact car in San Diego. Now, San Diego is one of the most lightweight places to live, because it occurred to me you can drive to the beach and go swimming and get a bath anytime you're real stinky. Albert Meach Tree. And the weather is mild here. I'm sure it's still very miserable living in your car. I will continue this. I've been doing this for, pretty much all last month. You guys, I'm so cheap. I have saved so much money, and I've gotten out of the house. I don't go home until it's dark. I don't want to. Why should I? Somebody said, why don't you, thank you for the comments. Why don't you rent your house during the day? And because I need my space. You guys saw I'm a hoarder. I'm in need of minimalization. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.